Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to Sonoma, California. We just wrapped up a fantastic day here, the last round of this year's Challenge of the Americas, and we gave out a bunch of tickets to the Rotax Grand Finals. It was a beautiful day, a little cooler than it was yesterday. We got into the mid-60s, and that changed things around for the drivers and the mechanics a little bit, but the racing was just as hot as it was yesterday. Some obviously exciting action, and when the championships are on the line, you know it's going to be really crazy, a little hectic, and a little more frenzied. In the senior category, Mason Murata stepped up in a big way. Some issues here, of course, this weekend. He was able to put those behind him and come out and show people and prove how great of a young driver he is. He showed poise, he showed patience in following Brendan Baker, was able to make the move for the lead, and then went on for a fantastic victory. Behind him was the championship chase. It was Luke Selliken, and in the end, it was Christian Brooks there as well. Christian was able to fight his way back up into third spot. He had the fast lap of the race, but he came up just short as Luke Selliken was able to finish second, which gave him a 4-point championship win, and he will represent Team USA in Portugal this November. Big one for Luke, pounding his fist in the air when he came across the line. He knew what he had done, and we'll see him wearing the red, white, and blue this November. We had a chance to talk with Luke, who talked about that huge win. Well, there were a couple classes today that really didn't have a ton of excitement in terms of the championship, but in the senior max category, Luke, it was a crazy one for sure. Everything was starting to happen. Brendan Baker was up front for a while, then he had contact with Christian Brooks. The scenario changed the entire time. You, of course, had your head down. You were focused on one thing, and that was finishing the best you could. Tell me your thoughts on what you were thinking out there running second to Mason Murata.
Yeah, I knew that I couldn't let Baker get too far ahead because he was really close in the championship, and of course Christian was going to charge through the field. I wasn't really concerned about Mason because he was already out of the points, so I just I hung a wheel coming out of the last turn, and I was really kicking myself after that one, but I managed to keep my composure together. I made a move on Brendan, and the whole kind of field started to close in after that, and I just kept my head down and kept running.
When you came across the line, I was watching. Obviously, Mason, big for him, a big win. But when you came across the line, you gave that fist pump. Tell me what you were thinking when you realized you had got the job done.
Well, I thought back to the 2 years that I finished second in the championship here, and how frustrating that was. And to get it done, we didn't even win a race, but we were just there in contention every single day, and I was just so relieved.
One of the cool things I do want to mention is the fact that you're doing the driving, but it's your dad Garen actually on the wrenches for that car as well. I know he's nervous as heck always wrenching on the car, but it's a pretty cool father-son deal here.
Yeah, we everyone on RPG gives him a little flack for being the mechanic, and but when push came to shove, he got it done, and I'm so proud, of what he's done as well.
Team USA feel pretty good?
It feels amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Coming into this weekend in the Masters category, there was 3 drivers that could win the championship. Scott Falcone, John Crow, and the point leader, Paul Bonilla. Falcone knew what he had to do. He had to win almost every session, and he did almost that. He won both main events, scoring a victory again here today. But really, it wasn't up to him. It was going to be what was going to happen between Bonilla and Crow. John Crow was quick out of the box on Thursday and Friday, but just couldn't keep that pace going here on Sunday. Bonilla was going in the right direction. He stepped it up, second place on the track in the main event behind Falcone to secure the huge Challenge of the Americas title. It'll be a big one for him. He's never been part of Team USA. He's never been to the Grand Finals, but this year, Paul Bonilla will wear that red, white, and blue suit as he heads to Portugal as part of Team USA. He's thrilled. He's excited. It was a big run for him today to hold back John Crow. Well, folks, in the Masters Max category, it was a weekend-long progression for Paul Bonilla. He was not right there at the start of the weekend, but he kept getting quicker and quicker. He knew what he had to do to get the championship. And Paul, come Sunday here, you stepped it up, fast lap of the race, everything started working, and now you are going to Portugal for Team USA. Give me your thoughts.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I mean, it was looking good the first couple races, and then yesterday, I mean, Falcone was untouchable all weekend, and we knew that was going to be the case. But just to finish ahead of Crow, it could have gone any which way. But yeah, yesterday we managed to do that. And then today had that problem in the heat race, and man, it just wouldn't run, and I was freaking out. I was like, if this thing, we changed everything we could on it and hoped, and it came together. So I'm really excited.
Was it in the main event, when the main event started, did it all of a sudden came apparent that you had made the right decision? Was the car good out of the box?
Yeah, it was. It was on. Obviously, Falcone got a little bit of away from us, but Yeah, I mean, I didn't say anything to anyone, and I can barely hold my head up right now because I came down with, I don't know if it's a head cold or if it's starting a flu yesterday, but I was just dying all day. So just to be able to manage, I couldn't believe that I pulled it off.
So you're feeling crappy health-wise, but how are you feeling emotionally with the win?
Oh, excited. I can't wait. Now I'm going to have to really train, you know. The world's is a whole other thing.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Paul Bonilla, folks. Heading into today, one of the championships that was already locked up really was Stingray Robb. All Stingray was going to have to do was stay out of trouble today and not get a technical DQ. They made the decision to just start each session after qualifying on pole, start each session and pull off after one lap. The title was already there. They're going to be part of Team USA, so it was good to go. What this left was a fantastic battle in the junior category. Nick Bruckner coming back after the issues of here this weekend. He wanted to make a statement, and he did. He ran up front for the entire day, but he had to battle with Michael Mischoff, who really turned one in that Cosmic. He stepped it up, battled Bruckner, who's arguably one of the best junior drivers in the country, and he came away with a huge victory here in Sonoma. Team went crazy. They're loving it. Mischoff with the victory. Bruckner in second spot, and of course a huge third place finish for Zoe Edenholm as well, as she gets her best career Challenge of the Americas finish here in Sonoma. But it all came down to Stingray Robb. He was able to get the job done all weekend long, and he will be the junior champion for 2015. Well, it wasn't really a very climactic day for Stingray Robb. He didn't really have to step up and do anything on the racetrack because he did all his talking in the first 5 races of the year. Stingray Championship for you. You guys elected to put the car on pole in qualifying and then only run one lap in each of the races and pull off. Must have felt good being out there cruising around knowing that the championship was already done.
Yeah, I felt pretty good. The weight was off my shoulders. Now I can just go focus on the rest of the races.
What about the rest of the year? What are you thinking? What other races are you going to run?
Well, right now we're in the lead for Florida Winter Tour, so we're hoping we can get that win.
Mm-hmm.
And then we might do the U.S. Open and some of the SCUSA races.
So how did it feel today when it was all said and done? You come into the pits, you know it's finished. You feel good?
Yeah, I felt pretty good to be able to just stand around and watch and hang out.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Rob.
Well done.
Thank you.
The Mini-Max and the Micro-Max categories, always so much fun to watch. In the Micro-Max category, it was actually pretty exciting. Some great racing, but again, Diego Loraq stepping it up as we expected. This kid is just so strong. Did a fantastic job running out front again. Not always the fastest driver on the racetrack, and he wasn't in the main event this time. Leyland Honeyman actually turned the fastest lap, but Diego so consistent putting those laps down, pulled away to a nice little advantage. Not even a huge one this time, but enough to get his 6th straight win. He wins every main event in Micro this year. The Mini-Max category was a bit of a battle all around. It was crazy racing out there. It ended up coming down to a fight between Sebastian Alvarez and Jack Crawford. In the end, Alvarez able to take the championship. Crawford not quite enough. Peyton Durant out on the opening lap, but still takes second in the points. It was Alvarez winning the Mini-Max championship. We had a chance to talk to both of these drivers right after the podium presentations. The Mini-Max category was unbelievably competitive this year, and this young driver, Sebastian Alvarez, came out of the box strong, but he really had to work hard today, too, because there was lots of challenges to try to steal that championship away from him. Sebastian, you ran strong. You guys were in the front pack the entire weekend, you and Grant and Phillip in the front pack. Tell me how you feel about winning the championship today.
Well, I felt very confident since the beginning, but this race was very hard because if I won one position or lost one position, it depended the win or the lose. So I was very nervous, and at the end I finished behind Grant and finished in front of Crawford and the strong guy, so it was pretty good.
Well, you and Crawford and Grant, though, were going back and forth and back and forth. Did you think that maybe you might end up third one time, or was second for sure, maybe even the win?
Grant, I know if he won, nothing would happen to me in the championship points. So he's my teammate, so I didn't want to risk it. And Crawford, I knew I had to finish in front of him, and I tried my best to finish in front of him, and it happened.
How do you feel? You feel good?
I feel very good. I feel very confident. I'm very happy right now.
Congratulations, Sebastian.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well, all the other drivers in the paddock here think they're cool. They're not cool. Diego Loraq's cool. 6 straight wins all year long, Diego. How does it feel? You keep winning. It just keeps working for you. Tell me how you do it.
Well, it's taken me many years to get to this level of racing, and my dad just keeps on wrenching on that cart as hard as he can, finding out everything he can, and I get lots of driver coaches for every track that I go to that I need help on to help me get better.
You know, you're really consistent too. You're not just fast one lap, but you're always fast. You work on that, you think?
Yeah, I work on it to hit every mark every single lap. So I run laps, and whatever the fastest line is, I try to run that line every single lap.
That's perfect. Tell me how it feels to win the championship. Does it feel pretty cool for you?
Yeah, it's really an honor to win all 6 races.
Hey, well done.
Thanks.
There he is, folks, Diego Loraq. So, folks, we are capping things off here from the 2015 Rotax Challenge of the America. It was a fantastic weekend, some great racing, probably 2 of the best races in those 2 senior categories. Stand here with Andy Saisman, the promoter. Andy, great year. Looking forward to next year already, but this weekend was a fun one to be at.
Oh, this one was unbelievable, Rob. I mean, to come here to Sonoma, we always take a risk with the weather.
Yeah.
But the weather's been absolutely beautiful. This facility is amazing. I love this track, and it certainly shows that it races unbelievably.
You know, it was funny. We had a couple of people talk about the fact that the racing is so much different on the East Coast and the West Coast. We had some super clean racing all weekend, passing in almost every corner. That was one of the cool things about this weekend. The racing was just so great and so clean.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just to watch that senior field go at it yesterday as hard as they did, and there was no scale fights, there were no arguments, passing in every single corner, and even the younger categories. I mean, mini, micro. I mean, some of the moves that were made in the racing in every single corner of this racetrack was great. I love it. It's a testament to our competitors.
Obviously, a great weekend, folks. A great job by everybody involved here. They're all going to go now to Team USA. The 4 drivers who won it here. Andy's going to be there, making sure that they do a good job in Portugal. For sure, you'll be there.
Oh yeah, I haven't. I've skipped a few, but anytime it's in Europe, I try to make sure I'm there. I mean, we like to have some wine, we like to have some food, and maybe there's a race there too. So,
folks, thank you very much for joining us on our EK and Trackside Live program this year. This has been another Daily Wrap.